Today we are taking a look at Lala Satalin Deviluke from FuRyu. This is the figure in the Trio-Try-iT line by FuRyu. FuRyu is a romantic comedy series focusing on the daily lives and sudden interstellar misunderstandings of its cast. It explores comedic sci-fi situations stemming from advanced alien technology and varied cultural differences entirely on Earth. The narrative heavily involves navigating these bizarre encounters while attempting to securely maintain a peaceful high school routine. Lala Satalin Deviluke is the outgoing alien princess whose surprise arrival dramatically shifts the central dynamic of the story. Her incredibly energetic approach to romance and invention serves as the primary catalyst for the escalating daily comedic events. Today's highlights for this figure are the beautifully executed hairlifting pose, the incredibly detailed white swimsuit tension, and the continuous sweeping body silhouette. The intricate pose creates a completely seamless arc as the gracefully raised arms gently lift the thick hair, significantly enhancing the surrounding upper body structure. This particular upward stretching action effectively connects the sharp arm angles and the flowing hair bundles into a single, extremely cohesive, readable line. Supporting that, the white swimsuit features a remarkably natural fabric pull across the chest, stretching forcefully outward from the heavily structured thick border edges. The sculpted body maintains a fluid, sweeping curve all the way down through the slightly offset legs, directly to the highly detailed, thick-soled sandals. Working with that, the distinct curved tail traces an absolutely continuous circle directly behind the broad back, wrapping the entire character design together beautifully. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. The face presents a distinctly soft and welcoming appearance, with beautifully smooth, rounded cheeks tapering naturally down to a remarkably gentle chin. The skin features matte finish that effortlessly highlights the delicate structural contours securely across the entire head. Focusing heavily on the eyes, they are boldly shaped as large, distinct ovals featuring a particularly strong uppermost borderline. Each prominent eye includes beautifully layered color areas that create a deep, dimensional look alongside the incredibly bright, compact highlights. The mouth is sculpted comfortably wide open with clearly raised outer corners, projecting a thoroughly cheerful and highly energetic, vibrant expression. A warm flush of carefully painted blush rests cleanly on the smooth cheeks, adding a lovely, lively temperature to the character. Moving upward slightly, the complex hairstyle begins with a characteristic delicate single tuft rising proudly directly from the center crown. A small, perfectly round hair accessory sits neatly near the very top, adding a precise geometric shape just above the main hairline. The distinct front bangs fall forward in thin, dependably evenly spaced bundles that direct visual attention straight down toward the confident eyes. The primary impressive portion of the hairstyle features long paired side ponytails that spread dramatically outward from their thick foundational roots. These massive dynamic strands sweep broadly outward in a flat, sweeping wave-like structure that cleanly breaks into extremely sharp triangular tips. The thick, heavy hair bundles show fine sculpted line details that easily provide a wonderfully crisp viewing experience from absolutely any angle. A flawless, clear matte finish completely covers the upper dense roots, while the extreme outer tips transition smoothly into incredibly beautiful translucent areas. This deliberate material shift successfully creates a stunningly brilliant textural contrast between the solid matte base and the highly engaging light-catching clear ends. The transition from the smooth neck down across the delicate collarbone into the upper chest feels completely natural and highly refined. The rounded shoulders flow seamlessly into the cylindrical upper arms, properly matching the anatomical structure before meeting the colorful accessories. Both arms are raised gracefully behind the head in an active adjusting motion, creating a substantial and elegant framing arc above. The hands display beautifully thin, perfectly aligned fingers that bend gently to effectively interact with the thick flowing hair strands. One wrist carries scrunchie, presenting gently rippling folds that heavily increase the local visual density. An intricately sculpted floral band wraps neatly around the upper arm, adding crisp petal thickness that contrasts with the softer surrounding elements. The white swimsuit top commands attention with its substantial curved volume and heavily pronounced, remarkably thick structural border piping. The primary fabric noticeably pulls tight directly across the chest, creating immense outward volume stretching firmly from those thick, prominent edges. A stylish front knot sits centrally, dividing efficiently into sharp leaf-like shapes that drop downward to create deeply layered visual steps. A tightly tied ribbon rests securely just under the chest, while the slender shoulder straps remain incredibly close to the bare skin. This produces a striking boundary where the stretched clothing and the smooth skin meet, creating a highly visible and wonderfully clean ridge. Following the design around, the broad back slopes gently from the well-defined shoulder blades directly down toward the smooth lower waist. The exceptionally thin swimsuit straps ride securely across this expansive back area, successfully anchoring the upper body details with distinct, precise lines. Moving downward firmly, the remarkably low-rise swimsuit bottom tightly hugs the hips, featuring heavily pronounced thick boundaries entirely tracing the outer edges. A deeply saturated dark purple ribbon rests securely on the waist, firmly attached directly via highly detailed bright metallic hardware. This specific robust hardware provides a spectacularly sharp and highly reflective material contrast immediately against the incredibly soft white fabric surface. The sturdy, strong legs securely taper with an incredibly natural flow entirely down from the thick upper thighs beautifully into the slender knees. One leg stands firmly planted to the primary weight. The remaining leg extends slightly forward with a wonderfully relaxed bent knee, beautifully continuing the highly dynamic sweeping upper body stance. This carefully balanced stance effectively translates the intricate, subtle twisting motion occurring at the waist down through the remarkably smooth lower limbs. The highly detailed, expansive bare legs rely completely on the exceptionally smooth, premium matte skin finish to successfully communicate their full, impressive volume. Remarkably intricate, thick-soled sculpted sandals anchor the feet, featuring strongly vertical sidewalls that securely transition into incredibly soft upper footbed curves. This appropriately substantial and heavy footwear securely catches the downward momentum beautifully, resolving the impressively slender leg profile with solid, strong structural mass. A distinctive long, slender tail creatively spirals cleanly outward from the lower back, tracing a massively expansive, continuous circle entirely. The sweeping, highly flexible tail effortlessly curves sharply backward toward the torso, wrapping the rear aesthetic flawlessly into a single, completely readable outline. by heavily combining the dramatically offset legs, the sharply angled chest, and the spiraling tail. The pose achieves breathtakingly brilliant structural harmony. This figure is approximately 21 centimeters tall. That's about 8.3 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can. That's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, Lala Satalin Deviluke in the Trio-Try-iT line by FuRyu stands out for its magnificent dynamic posture. The small round top hair accessory and the distinct single tuft combine brilliantly with the translucent hair tips to focus massive attention upward. This effectively draws the eye straight toward the bright, highly expressive face and beautifully detailed hair structure. The sharply twisting torso and the carefully calculated raised arm angles operate flawlessly together to create a massive continuous aesthetic arc. Raising the hair naturally opens the upper body posture, allowing the heavy chest volume to command total visual dominance from the front. The swimsuit top features thick edges outlining the stretched curves, communicating an incredibly realistic fabric tension across those smooth primary areas. The beautifully layered leaves forming the central chest knot serve perfectly as a striking visual drop precisely in the middle. Just below that, the small belly button indent works wonderfully as a sharp focal point, breaking up the vast, smooth stomach surface. The dark purple ribbon attaches securely through sharp metallic hardware, delivering a vital, punchy material contrast precisely on the hips. The lower edge of the low-rise swimsuit perfectly mirrors the smooth contours flowing forcefully down the remarkably powerful bare leg panels. The intricate, thick-soled sandals anchor that enormous downward energy, securely completing the lower profile entirely through pure structural mass. Adding to that, the slender tail sweeps proudly in a massive trailing circular path behind the back, keeping the character visually active everywhere. The entire complex presentation feels remarkably cohesive because those sweeping curves and highly sculpted twisting planes connect seamlessly in an unbroken flow. Because of that, fans of To Love Ru or Lala Satalin Deviluke will definitely enjoy this piece. With that focus, collectors who appreciate deeply expressive character poses and incredibly refined structural finishes should find it a thoroughly worthy addition. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.